We're shaking people. Back with another reaction, back with some more Strung Out. We're back with another tune from Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues, 1996. Once again, shout out to Paulie. And we're up to Rottin Apple, though to be clear, that's not rotten the adjective, that's rotten, the conjugated verb of to rot, but with the G replaced with an apostrophe. So yeah, I don't know, apples are used in a number of ways in culture, in religion, in history, as a motif, as a symbolic representation of whether it's knowledge, whether it's wholesome purity, and so on. They definitely speak to human understandings of again, sustenance and purity. But yeah, the idea of a rotting apple is one which has gone bad, one which no longer provides that wholesome, salubrious, caloric intake, or in a more metaphorical rendering, that type of understanding or knowledge again. So yeah, it could also relate to the phrase like a rotten apple in the context of a larger bushel, where there's a bunch that are totally fine, but there's a few that are bad and you got to look out for them, which if applied to the human world, certainly there'll be a department or something, or like an organization where it's like, oh, they're mostly good people, there's a few rotten apples, but it's a type of expression you hear. But again, that's normally the rotten as in the adjective, so obviously it could just play off of that. It doesn't need to render the phrase in its more typical written form, but at the same time, I wonder whether we're talking about something that had purity or represented a desirable token of knowledge, but which has sullied and soured and turned into something that is no longer healthy or helpful, or whether we're talking rotting apples among a larger group of fruit that perhaps is still fresh and savory, but has now the overall batch is perhaps tainted, or at least you have to be careful to look out for the rotten apostrophe apples. Whatever, I'll stop rambling. We'll listen to the tune. This is Strung Out, Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues, and it's Rottin Apple. Some of them are like, you can feel it rear back before the measure change. Too wit. Okay. So maybe it's someone wilting and withering over time, whereas before they had promise and opportunities and abilities, or at least apparent abilities. They didn't apply them, they didn't develop them. Maybe there were attitudinal reasons, but for whatever reason or purpose, they have languished, and they no longer have that fresh promise that they used to. So yeah, again, there were a couple lines, like, I don't know if I caught purity or if I was mishearing that, but it feels like it is playing on some level off of that age-old and admittedly, a couple different angles, multifaceted understanding of apples as representative of, symbolic knowledge, or again, purity, wholesome nutrition, and so on. So yeah, really cool tune. Once again, shout out to Paulie. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.